Writing an offer on a house isn't just paperwork, it's strategy. And whether it's a first time purchase or even a repeat buy, how that offer is structured can mean the difference between saving thousands or even losing out on that house entirely. Let's go ahead and we're going to break down how smart agents write offers on their buyer's behalf, from doing market research and pricing, seller credits, and negotiation tactics. So that way, the right home, the one that you love, it doesn't slip away from you. But remember, before writing any offer, understanding the true value of the home is absolutely vital. And that's where a comparative market analysis, or a CMA, it comes into play. And all a CMA is, it just shows the recent sales plus the local data, and that's where you get the market value of the home. A good CMA, it's going to reveal whether a home is fairly priced, listed too high, or even intentionally priced too low in order to create a bidding war. An example of that would be that a house was listed at 320 grand, but the CMA suggests it's only worth 305. So now we know that there could be a potential appraisal risk. So if the list price is high, buyers should be prepared for a potential low appraisal. And another way is, if it's too low, that might be a strategic opening for us to make a strong offer, potentially even with $0 out of pocket, by using seller paid closing costs. And honestly, one of the smartest ways to negotiate, it isn't through price, it's through those closing costs, because $5,000 off may mean you're going to save $30 to $40 monthly, but $5,000 in seller credit, it equals $5,000 less cash that you're going to need at closing. And to be honest, the price drop affects monthly payments slightly, but seller paid closing costs really impacts how much cash that you're going to need to bring to the table, and that's money saved today. That's not money saved years from now. So here's a simplified breakdown. Let's say a buyer offers $305,000 on a home and requests $5,000 in seller paid closing costs. The seller still nets the same as a $300,000 offer, but the buyer just financed these costs, and now they bring less money to closing. So that's great. A higher offer plus seller credit equals lower out-of-pocket costs. And remember, sellers don't just want the highest price. They want certainty, and they want clean terms. Stronger offers, they also, usually include solid earnest money or the right amount of due diligence, and honestly, limited contingencies. So you want to be flexible on closing dates, and you want to have your proof of serious financing that can make a slightly lower offer even more attractive to them. And it's truly not always the highest offer, it's the strongest offer. And the CMA also will protect that buyer from overpaying. If the appraisal comes in low, the lender only loans on the appraised value, not the contract price. So if it's listed at $330K but it appraised at $310, it's time to start renegotiating, or it's time for you to get out of there. But remember, if the home is underpriced, that can signal competition, but there's still a way to win by making a full price or even slightly over asking offer with those seller credits included. That keeps the monthly payment stable while covering those closing costs. And beyond price and terms, small extras can help. I've never personally had a buyer do this before, but I've heard good things about a personal letter being sent over to the seller. But also remember that you want to have that pre-approval when you send that offer, because if it shows that you're good to go, and some of these lenders, they even contact the listing agent and be like, hey, my guy's good to go. So that works too. Or even just having flexible occupancy timelines, because honestly, around this area, people put their homes on the market early in hopes that by the time they're getting ready to PCS, that home will be under contract, and they're hoping for an extended timeline in case they don't report when they think they're going to. So ultimately, buyers who focus on both numbers and sellers' confidence are way more likely to get their offers accepted, even in the tightest of markets. So writing an offer isn't a formality. It's honestly the first move in a negotiation. That's why it's absolutely critical to know the data, protect your cash, and use every advantage available. And if you want to learn more about smart home buying, go ahead and subscribe, like, and hit the bell. Future videos, they're going to be covering inspections, appraisals, and honestly, how to negotiate repairs without stalling the deal. Because knowledge is power in real estate, and Understanding how to write an offer can put the right home in reach.